Coming up on Z News. Spotlight on racism in Africa. Tennis world slams into pandemic. Irokodu Bois talent shines. And any minutes now for Daddy Cassper. As the global spotlight continues to shine on racism, and rightfully so, it's interesting to see the reaction and views of Africans pertaining race and other issues. Now, South African comedian and actor Leon Schuster, he was trending on social media when Showmax decided to pull down some of his films because he used blackface. I mean, he's been using blackface since the 90s. Now, this was met with a lot of mixed reactions on social media, with some actually stating that the usage of blackface in South Africa is completely different from the usage of blackface in the States. Now, it made me wonder why all of a sudden him using blackface has become an issue. Like, why wasn't this tackled before? Why is it that we use African American issues and make them African issues? For example, in Zimbabwe, someone created a page on social media exposing all the racism that happens in private school institutions. I mean, granted, events occurring globally make one introspect, but why are African issues structured on the premise of African American issues? Yes, race has always been a big deal in Africa, and we did tackle that major force during independence in all our different countries. So why are we using the same energy, the same voices that we're using to tackle racism to cover other issues that we have that are bigger, like police brutality, gender-based violence, corruption, as well as dictatorship? Why are we using our voices to tackle those stronger issues that can actually have an impact on African lives? In the world of film, I'm sure you have watched Extraction on Netflix with Chris Hemsworth, and if you haven't, I highly recommend that you check it out. It's such a brilliant movie. So anyway, these Nigerian boys, they call themselves the Irokodu boys. They recreated the trailer shot by shot, and it was so good that they impressed the Russo brothers, who actually are the ones who created it, that they actually invited them over to the States to be at the premiere of Extraction 2. Pretty impressive, huh? Only did they attract the Russo brothers, they also caught the attention of Alvaro Morte, who is part of the La Casa del Papel cast, and he's also known as El Profesor. Now, he decided to post one of their works on his social media page, which showed basically the cast of Money High. So pretty good to see that when you have an idea and you go for it, you're not limited by the things that you don't have. Things act in the world of sport, apart from Liverpool finally winning the Premier League after 30 years, yay! In the tennis world, things are looking a little under the weather, with world number one Djoko-covid testing positive of the Rona. I mean, I've never really been a big Djoko-covid fan. I'm more of a Fidel type of girl, but I can respect his game. He is number one after all. But when he decided to continue with his Adria tour, that was not too clever. Anyway, he decided to continue with the tour, and it covered the Balkan states of Montenegro, Serbia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, as well as Croatia. So anyway, they only covered two countries, Serbia and Croatia, before Grigor Dimitrov came out and tested positive of the Rona, followed by Borna Coric, as well as Viktor Troicki. Anyway, after that, they cancelled the rest of the tournament, but before they did that, they had been living their best lives, okay? These guys were out there night clubbing, going to play basketball, attending some tennis clinics with kids, and not really practicing any social distancing, not wearing the masks. They were just out there living their best lives, acting as if it's summertime and there is no Rona. So not surprising there. Anyway, the rest of the tennis world was not happy about this new development because this might just make things a little tricky for the resumption of tennis in August. A lot of the players, a lot of professional players, Nick Kyrgios, Guido Pello, they had something to say about Djokovic continuing with his tournament, and not nice things were said about him. I mean, after all, they do say he's cocky, he's not the nicest person, so people are showing the true colors about him. He did, Djokovic, in the end, come out and admit that he was wrong. He apologized. Cassper is going to be a daddy. Now, he announced that any minute now, his son is going to arrive, and him and his long-term girlfriend, Thobeka Majosi, they both shared a scan of their cute little baby, Lil Mufasa, as they're already calling him, and they're talking about how they're excited and they cannot wait. He also did explain that he was inspired to name his new album any minute now, and it will be dropping on September 11th. Yep, guys, that was fun. Thanks so much for hanging with me. I'll see you again next week. Do take care. Ciao.